so glad that you came to this podcast. I'm really happy to have you here. First time I met you was actually on one of your sessions of Summer Growth.
Yes.
I was so excited, and actually, I was not expecting what we were going to do and what you're going to present. My question is, how did you, during your healing journey and your experience that you had in your life, how did you have this idea to create something like this, like Summer Groove, a combination of breath working, somatic dances, movements, mindfulness? How did you get this idea?
Well, you already said it. It was in my own process. It was going through my own processes and feeling this kind of pull to explore what life had for me. And I didn't feel really connected. We all go through some phases in life that we start to question and we don't feel right for some reason. So I was going through a very deep one of those. And I knew that there was a big change coming. So I started to try different things. And if this is not working, let me try different things. So that kind of curiosity and openness allowed me to kind of tap into different modalities, different experiences. I would see a workshop like you came to mine. I would go, okay, this sounds interesting. Let me have a go at it. And by doing that, I started you go to so many, and then with some you resonate and with others you don't. So that's how I kind of started to almost
Build.
not even build it kind of, it's a pregnancy. That's how I started to become pregnant with Summer Groove, by sensing into what is resonating within me, what is really bringing me back to myself, and going through breath work and somatic movement and dance movement therapy and all the different modalities that now I incorporate in Summer Groove. I started to feel like, there's a before and after doing this. And because I've always been an artist in any way, I've been in dancing, I've been in DJing, I've been in music in different ways. So I cannot do things just one way. And I have to always have my little twist on things. So when I started to feel like maybe I should share this, maybe I should share this with people. One day, and I was completely lost. And you know that the most beautiful things, I believe, they always come from this vacuum, when we are lost. It's when you're lost that you find yourself. You have to be lost to find yourself. So I was kind of lost. How do I kind of connect all of these crazy and different things, because they're all very different, and usually you either go for one or for the other, and so on. So one day I just woke up after months and months of being in that struggle of kind of free falling. And what do I do with all this information? I just woke up and was like, oh my God, I'll just create my own thing. And the name kind of popped up into my head, into my heart. And I started to write down stuff like, I could do this, and then add that, and then add that. And I just started kind of painting Summer Groove into existence.
A combination of different experiences that you had during your life.
Yeah.
And how did you actually combine all of those, like breath working, dance movements? How did you combine all of that? You said it, what most resonated with you, right?
Yeah.
And on the sessions, do you adapt to each group that you have? On how does it work? Explain.
I don't know how to answer this question. I try to be as much as possible in this flow state. So the way that I work, I do my homework and owning the skills and owning the methods, the protocols, the whatever that I need to know about the different modalities that I bring into Summer Groove. And then in the beginning, I was kind of super structured, and I'll start here and do like a class program, because I've been a teacher all my life. So I'm used to doing that kind of structured design of experiences. But with Summer Groove, then after a few times doing it, I was like, no, this is completely different. And I have to be here, grounded, rooted in my heart and in my being, So I will not allow my mind to guide this session. I will trust that I have all the knowledge inside of me, and that whatever needs to come will come in the.
Yes.
So that's how I try to do it. So there is no structured plan coming ahead. What I do is I do my homework. So I try to be the best facilitator, and I do my own work, which is homework as well as a human being. And then I just, when I come to a session, I try to come as present as possible. I ground myself. I land before arriving in and receiving everyone. I just come into myself and I do a little bit of meditation, a little bit of a prayer. And then when people come, I start to kind of receive information and kind of, you can call it like inspiration. So, and then when we do the sharing in the beginning, as you know, I always start with the group circle sharing. Then I start to feel what can kind of arise from that session.
Okay.
But even then, I don't know what's going to happen. I have an idea, like, I think we're going here and there. But I have a little bit of structure into the session. Some things I always start with meditation and breath work, and I always end with a bonding group and individual experience and a sharing circle. But besides that, it's free flow.
Free flow.
Yeah.
And what is the difference that you notice from the beginning of the session and the end of the session? What do you hear from your clients?
Well, you can also reply.
I can share, yes.
That.
Because for me it was completely a joyful experience. So I came to your session. I was like, oh, what I'm doing in my life. I don't know where I am. And I did all of this releasing, like it was like an energy release. We did meditation, we did completely different dances, somatic movements, as you call, breath work, I remember we did. And after all of that, in the end of the session, I felt completely present. The thing that she was just saying, to feel connected with your heart and feel present and going with the flow, I felt that.
Wow, thank you.
Did all of your clients also say these things, or how it?
Obviously not everyone.
Yes.
What I do is always an invitation.
Yeah.
So first of all, I don't believe that anybody heals anyone. So as I do consider myself a therapist, I do not heal anyone. If you're working with me as a client, even on one-on-one sessions, and I have people that have been working with me for a long time, I do not heal anybody. Not me and not anyone. There are not healers. What I can do and what a healer can do is to bring an energy, to bring a frequency into the space, into the container, and then you choose if you want to match that frequency. It's always your choice. Do I want to step into this?
Indeed.
And that's where the magic. So what happens for every person that comes to my sessions and to any therapeutic journey of anyone is always a choice from that person. How much do I feel like allowing myself to kind of dive into this and not knowing what can come from it? So it's that state of openness that will allow you to go and have a deeper or a not as deep experience. And all of them are fine and they're all welcome in my sessions. Some people have more resistance, which is complete. We all have a lot of resistance in some way. With practice, we learn to let go more and more and more. So you have to come back.
Yes, I will.
And but so it's always very different. But it's incredible what I hear from people. It's so humbling and so beautiful. And it really, I'm emotional right now just thinking of it, because it's like, wow, we're connecting. You are more connected with yourself now than you were before, and that's like the biggest gift that I could get. It really, it's really from my heart. It's so, and to see it happening, to be a witness of this. Oh my God, it's such an honor to see people coming in, not shining and
to their inner power, their inner essence,
it's
right?
Literally coming from here and very kind of grayish energy.
Yeah.
And in the end, you just don't care. You're just like, I am this person, you know, and you just allow that crazy, authentic self to be seen, and you become a family with strangers, as you probably felt that a little bit. You share stuff in the circles, in the sessions. I hear that all the time. Oh, I've never shared this with anyone, but I feel safe here. And you hug people that like you don't hug on the streets, or sometimes not even in your family. You hug them with that love. So yeah, there's it. I receive so much love, and I receive so much as an individual by facilitating Soma Groove, and the answers are always beautiful.
And why people also always search for you? What?
Not the right person to ask.
No, like if they search for you, if they look for you, it's because they had some kind of problems or issues they want to solve, right? Normally,
could be. Not necessarily, though.
Yeah, because normally now in our society, a lot of young people and professionals, and not only young, there's a lot of people that suffer from anxiety, a lot of stress, depression, and they don't even know why. Yeah. And they look for this kind of experiences, like they are being called, right, yeah. to have this experience. What is your point of view on these thematics of anxiety, and do you think that all of these Soma Groove sessions help to heal their nervous system? And because from my point of view, I suffered from anxiety, and those sessions helped me. So what's your point of view also?
Yeah, I think we could be here 1 hour now with this question. So one thing that I like to that I want to state is that I don't believe in good and bad sensations, emotions, behaviors, whatever you want to call it. So anxiety, stress, and all the bad emotions, they're not really bad. Mm-hmm. They're actually just uncomfortable. But they bring information. They're super important and super valid. So what I try to do in my sessions is to change the relationship you have with your emotions, because we do not allow stress, we do not allow anxiety, and it's we do not allow fear, anger, and all those bad emotions. We're afraid of them. It's like, no, this is bad. We give them this kind of value, and we're actually negating a part of ourselves. And feeling anger is incredibly healthy. You know, if you learn how to express anger healthy, it's beautiful, because it's how you actually obtain power, and how you assert boundaries. It's through healthy relationship with anger. Yes. Like what? Yeah, if you feel into it, it's like that.
Nowadays, in our society, with these
you don't
constraints,
know that. You don't know that. You're taught the opposite. I was taught the opposite. You know, I was so bad to myself internally. My inner critic was a nightmare. It still is once in a while.
That's why you enter like in a battle with yourself, because you think anger or frustration or fear, we need to say no to these things. Yeah. But no,
it just bottles it up.
Indeed,
that's the
we
problem.
need to accept it, right? And we need to become friends of it.
Yeah,
right?
And see when they come up, almost like different members of your family. Yeah. When they come, like, oh, you're here. What do you have to tell me? So anxiety is actually, we all suffer from anxiety in some way, right? And anxiety is a belief that it's being kind of frictioned that you don't know about. So it's like, oh, I'm about to discover something about myself. If we see it in a good way, we'll see that. If we see it in a bad way, oh my God, I'm feeling anxious. Oh my God. And then we just go on that down spiral and like, and we just go into a crazy meltdown. So understanding that anxiety is some friction inside of beliefs and behaviors, and they're not aligning. It's like, okay, what is my true self? Is it the belief or the behavior? What do I really believe? Like I'm doing, for instance, our podcast, your podcast here. Indeed. I'm sure you're feeling anxious because it's normal. It's something that you're putting your energy into, and you want it to go well. But there are fears. Yes. Will it be good? Will it whatever? You know, we all feel that.
But it's good to feel like that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would not be setting all these things the way I want, right? So it's part of it, and we need to accept it.
And the anxiety actually is saying there is this friction between the limiting belief and the true the
self.
heart. So from fear and from love. So the love part, if you believe that you are this abundant, beautiful being, is saying, yes, I'm doing this. Yes, it's going to be amazing, of course. And you relax. But there is some little inner belief, limiting belief that will say, you're not good enough. You're going to fail. You're going to do. So the anxiety is the friction between these two parts inside of you. And if you're completely in your heart and in the loving state, you will not feel anxiety. But that's almost impossible as a human being. So when anxiety comes, it's like, okay, there's a friction between these two sides. Which one do I want to give more energy? Yeah, the loving one. Of course I can do it. Yeah, it will be amazing. And then it just kind of lets it goes. But if you don't go into that kind of healthy filter, it just becomes a monster and it just eats you up. So in Sommaa Groove, I try to bring the emotions, all of them, as you know. We scream, we cry, we dance, we are sexy, we are child, I try to bring the whole plethora of human experience into our sessions for us to develop that relationship, that healthy relationship with all the parts of self, with all the parts of our emotional, our spiritual, our body, how we move. We store these things in the body. So I play with that parts of the body and the emotions and the energy all together. And so that allows you to be more comfortable to stepping into the discomfort. If you go there once, you'll be like, okay, I didn't die. I can be this person. I can allow anger to come out. I can dance sexy. I can, I can take up space as much as it's uncomfortable for me. So the second time will be easier. And that is building emotional resilience. So when stuff happens, you are more fitted, you're more able to deal with it. So that's what I try to bring, this self-empowerment that I'm good, and whatever is happening is beautiful, and it's always a gift if I can deal with it.
And it's also part of self-compassion, right? As I read some of your articles, and you speak a lot about the nervous system, bringing mindfulness also in movement, and as most of the self-compassion that we need to have within ourselves, right? From your experience and from all of these sessions that you already created in Sommaa Groove, what are the best practices you can recommend to everyone? Because these kind of thematics of mindfulness, sometimes people, they try to get it like, oh, I don't need this. This is not for me. This is for weak people or something. And we need to bring more of this because it's how we evolve, how we heal ourselves, and how we care about ourselves, right?
Yeah, for me it's how do I kind of promote that, how do I bring it and try to share it with the world. It's coming into the body. That's probably the simplest way to put it, because our experience is in the body. The life experience as a human being is through the body. We can make up stories in our minds and live through the mind, but that's not real. That's just stories. That's movies we're running in our minds. So actually the living experience is in the body. So for me, mindfulness, it's actually, I don't like the name.
Yeah.
I like what it does. Whoops. I like what it does, but I don't like the name. For me, it should be bodyfulness or something like that, because it's kind of because if I tell you, don't think, Maryana, what will you do?
I don't know how to not think.
Yeah, you'll just think more. Actually, like, what do you mean? Like, don't look at my hand right now. It's like, it's impossible. So, for us to not think or to ease the mind, how do I calm my mind? I hear that all the time. I'm always running. For me, it's the answers are always in the body. So coming into the body. What does that mean? the easiest, simplest, and direct to the point way is through the breath. So breathing is actually breath. There's a beautiful thing about it. In Sanskrit, breath means breath. The words in Sanskrit also has a synonym for spirit and for energy kind of flow. So like our full awareness, it happens through the breath in a big way. So, and it's a very easy way for us to control the mind. So we say, look at that, to the mind, pay attention to that. And we give little pointers, little indications. Okay, right now I can just feel the breath going in through my nostrils, and I can taste almost, and I can sense the smells. I can direct my mind into very specific tiny details. And that's what the mind wants direction.
Yeah.
So if you say, oh, look at this, it will just, okay, feel your belly moving up when you inhale. Your mind just calms naturally, because the multitasking isn't real.
Yeah.
So you can't really think about on two things. You can think a little bit about many things, but not on the same time. So it's about giving it a job to do. So for me, that's the easiest way. And then through that, we can step into a deeper place and then bring sensing into deeper layers. And I do that in the sessions as well. When you start bringing movement and connecting with maybe the sense of liquid in the body and how it moves, the sense of weight in the body, the gravity, how can you become light in the movement? How can you move like water and just bring soft movements and not direct tense? How can you relax the skin and not thinking about the muscles, thinking about the skin? So these very specific directions allow you to drop into a deeper state of being, of awareness, and that opens the space for your subconscious, for all that you are, and that's when the magic starts. So that's why I need the breath work. That's why I need the somatics. That's why I need, because they're all tools to get into who you are. They're kind of tools to opening up, and then we get to the magic, to the true authentic self, which is kind of hidden beneath all these layers, and we're kind of chaka 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 chaka. Oh, here I am. And that's why we leave the session more connected, because you actually went there, and you just didn't go to the workout or to this. You actually allowed yourself to kind of dive deeper and deeper.
Yeah, so there's a quote that they say, control your mind before your mind control you.
Yes.
So that's what I think also we need to share with people. And what you do on your session is extremely of value, and what you bring to people, and this awareness that you create, right? It's really important, and we need to share it more and more with the world, because we were taught since the beginning, as we were young, we were taught that it's through this system, it's through our mind, it's through this control, but it's not the way it is. We need to tap into our inner self, like heart and mind coherence, right? To let ourselves go with the flow, right?
Yeah, otherwise you're living from survival place. You believe that everything is out there to get you and to hurt you, and that will not allow you to step into your authentic self. If I'm protecting myself, if I'm here thinking that you want to attack me with your questions, I cannot speak like from here. I will be like, oh yes, of course, there's this method that I learned with this person, and it says exactly la 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 la. That would be a complete different conversation. So it's stepping into that place of vulnerability, allowing us to tap into different states and try different things. Try something new every day. It can be as simple as Joe Dispenza says, pick your toothbrush with your left hand. If you're a righty, brush your teeth with your left hand. Bring something new into your life every day, as tiny as it is, and that will open up the space for you to kind of connect with who you are, instead of being a slave of expectations, what the societal expectations, family, cultural expectations, what you were taught to be true. Challenge it all, you know? Challenge it all. My desktop and my computer has been the same for like maybe 15 years. Yeah, maybe around 15 years. I cannot change it still. I have one now that says Summer Groove, but I have another that I swipe it and I have the other one. And it says, question everything. It's kind of a picture of a graffiti on the wall. And it's kind of question everything. And then smaller. Why? And that for me is, I am where I am right now because I take that and I bring that into my heart. You know, don't believe in things. Don't limit yourself to your beliefs because your beliefs might be outdated of who you are now. So question your beliefs, you know. Have different hard conversations. You
And
believe
how-
something different than I am.
Yes.
I want to talk with you. I want to know why you believe in that. Question my beliefs, you know, in a healthy way. I love that. And that's how we grow, by change, by difference, by exploring and being curious about that.
Yeah, and how do we understand what are our beliefs? Because most of us, our beliefs are on our subconscious, as you mentioned in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
How do we understand what are our beliefs? What you can say to our audience? How that they can tap into their inner power, this
Ooh.
transformation? How can we explore this in ourselves?
Challenge yourself.
Challenge.
So that could look like something. Look at yourself in the mirror. Looking at yourself in the eyes like it's a person, really deep. Just you. Have a moment there and say, I am beautiful. See how you feel when you say it out loud. Do you accept it fully, or does some part, and then go into the body to be curious, how do I feel about this? And probably most of us, there's a bit of you're already kind of sensing
Yes,
it.
yes.
There's some contraction, you know, there's some discomfort there. That's a limiting belief. There's a little part of you that probably still believes that you're not beautiful enough, for instance. So if you want to know what your beliefs are, question them, question everything, and sense how do you respond to that, not just on a mental level, on a cognitive level, but how does my body, because I can say, yes, I'm beautiful, yes, I'm super able, whatever, but one thing is to say, one other thing is for your whole energy to be expansive. So you can also think about this idea of contraction and expansion. So when you are confronted with something, like, yeah, I love your outfit. You look so beautiful. Most of us women will say, oh, no.
Yeah, indeed.
That's not accepting. There's a part of you that doesn't feel comfortable in saying, thank you.
Yes.
I accept that you think that I am beautiful.
A lot of women think like that, right?
Most of us. Most of my girlfriends can't take a compliment. I'm always
Yeah,
like, and
yeah.
me too. It takes one to know one, you know. So I'm like, don't say, oh, no. Oh, you look so amazing. Oh, no, it's just okay. It's just these little rags. And like, no. And they're like, oh, you're right. Thank you. So, yeah.
It's like actually part of that self saying that she's not worthy or not accepting herself, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
How do you embrace those things? You maybe also do some practices, right, to feel this confident and embrace your journey. What do you do? Do you practice any mindfulness or any other?
I do this crazy blend, right? So I don't know what I do. I do a little bit of, I do my own mix, but for me the main idea is always to own it. So if you feel like there is some contraction when you hear something like about beauty, about worthiness, about I don't know, whatever it is, and someone gives you a compliment, or if you want to try different things and you don't want to wait for someone to give you a compliment, go in the mirror and give yourself that. Say yourself, do that affirmation and see what happens. But really connect with yourself a bit before and then see how your body reacts. And the reaction, think about expansion and contraction. So does your body expand, melt when you hear it? Or does your body contract a little bit somewhere? Even if it's just, sometimes it's the deep belly, sometimes it's the throat, sometimes it's the toes, they curl up a little bit. So, and once you see that, that's something that's saying, yes, not every part of me accepts or agrees with this. So then own it. There's a part of me that doesn't believe this. If it doesn't believe this, it means it believes the opposite.
Yeah.
So then start asking yourself, and obviously if you go with a guide on this journey, it's easier. So Sommaa Groove is really good for that. But you can just start to have a conversation and search inside of you, because if you speak to yourself inside, and if you be silent and just tune into the body, you will get the answers. So it's being brave enough.
Yeah.
Do I really want to know the answer? Am I really ready to meet this part of me that is not loving myself, is kind of, feeling not the best about myself? So once you take that, you choose to see it, and I wanna meet this part of me, then start to talk with it. Okay, you don't love myself.
It's
Why?
taking
Why?
a bit of
Show me.
courage, right?
It is a lot of courage.
A lot of courage.
It's a lot of courage. It's not about being strong and kind of warrior. I can do anything. No, courage is about being brave to go into the vulnerability. For me, that's the ultimate courage. Courage is moving with fear. It's not being fear, or if I'm fear, I'll be strong and I'll just avoid it around. No, it's okay. I'm fear, but I want to go there, and I'll go there, even with fear. So that's...
And reducing self-judgment, right? How do you also embrace that fear? And how do you teach people to embrace that fear? Because it's a bit
Sometimes.
of what we already discussed on the beginning. It's becoming friends of it, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes we don't have that courage, right? How can we tap and become friends with fear and do things that we actually want, and being guided by our inner self, our authentic self? How do you do that too?
I think that community is a big answer to that. So seeing others doing it with fear. So that's why the group sessions are so powerful, because if you're resisting the process, if I'm bringing some dynamic, whatever it is, that it's challenging your fears, like, oh, I'm not sure I want to do this. Oh, no, she's crazy. Or no, I'm not going to react like this. I'm not going to act. And you start to go into that protective self. Your ego starts to kind of come strong. But then you look and you see someone completely normal. I hate that word, by the way. But a normal person that just threw herself or himself into the process, and you see the fear, you see the challenge, you see that it's not being easy for that person, but he's still doing it, she's still doing it. Then that gives you permission. The place somewhere inside of you feels, okay, if he can do it, maybe I can as well.
Yeah. So
there are so many ways to do it, but community, so being around other people's and sharing experiences, for me, it's one of, we need it, and we lost it. We don't do that anymore. This was day-to-day practice back in the tribal eras, everything was done. We had ceremonies, we had rituals, we had sharings of the community shared everything. They danced together, they cried together, they screamed together. And now we are in this kind of super isolated, competitive society that tells you that it's the good is the opposite. So it's kind of bringing back and claiming back our natural human ways to be, because that's the only way we can heal, is in in presence of someone with safety.
Yeah, totally agree. What do you also envision for yourself in the future? And
God.
and also for the power of this emotional healing and somatic movements and somatic healing experiences. How do you envision it in the future? Do you think it's going to expand more and more people are going to awaken and be aware on this kind of experiences? And or no, or it's going to another direction?
I think there's only one direction, and that's the direction, the first. I choose the first.
Yes.
So for me, yes, and I see it in my own experience. I have more and more people becoming more, let's say, curious.
Mm-hmm.
We start with curiosity, like, that's strange, but, you know. So I do see that, and also the kind of the funnel of the societal pressure, and because you see people completely, oh, I'm so busy, oh, I don't have, and everybody's complaining about everything, and they're just at the same time they're accepting it as a reality, and that's not. It doesn't need to be like that. You can change your life. You can own and change completely your life and have an abundant and free and joyful life. You have to choose it every day, but you can do it. So I see more and more people understanding that, oh, maybe there's a way to live life without this crazy suffering and kind of. So you see more people coming to the ecstatic dances. You see more people coming to ceremonies, to coming to practices like Soma Groove. And I have people, and that's one of the things I also love about Soma Groove in particular, because it's an open field for everyone. So it's for men and women, but also and that's the most important thing, is for all sorts of backgrounds and experiences. Because some ceremonies, some practices can be a bit too much if you're kind of newbie in this kind of more holistic world. You can go in and it can be a bit too much. So the way that I try to make it, and it just kind of flows naturally from me, that in that way it was not planned. It is what it is. So I have people that never done anything like that. I have like corporate guys and women, they're, like suits, and they're like, I don't know how to relax. And you're like this,
They're
like,
completely like
and
in
I
the
say
mind.
relax, and they're like, I'm relaxed. This is me relaxed. You're like, okay, I can work with that. And I have people that are completely, hippies and the feathers and the completely wild and free souls. So Soma Groove is for all of them at the same time, and that's the beauty of it. Like we're human beings, we're all the same. It's good. They're all welcome, and because it's very easy, basic. What I do, it doesn't. You don't have to be in meditation for 10 years to be able to receive the power of Soma Groove. It can be the first time, and if you have 10 years, you'll still receive it as well. It's always about connecting to yourself in very easy, basic, and kind of fun and non.
And choosing it, right?
Yeah. So I see it in the future that more and more things, and in the present, because there is no other way. You get to a point that it's like, yeah, this is not working.
It's, as you mentioned, it's only one direction. It's in that direction everything should flow.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're just choosing to be miserable.
Yeah.
Which is still your own choice.
Yes,
and
indeed.
it's you can choose it. But
you
can choose the opposite.
You also shared one of your articles that there is a 90 seconds rule to somehow manage your emotional flexibility and your nervous system, because it's all involved in your body, right? How does it work?
Well, it's not to manage. It's this was a study. I don't remember the name of it's a neuroscientist, but you can see it on my website, on the blog, on somaagroovesessions.com. There's there on the blog. So it's called the 90-second rule, and this was a complete full-on study, neuroscience study, and they discovered, and they could measure, that most emotions, and this is the big thing, if we allow them to run freely, so it's not about managing. Okay. It's actually the opposite. It's just allowing it. Allowing whatever it is. Okay. So if you don't try to manage it, if you just allow it to do what it has to do, whatever that looks like, the average is it takes 90 seconds for a full emotion process to be completed, to be resolved. So let's say fear or anger, whatever it is. If you don't hold it, if you're like, oh, I cannot feel this, no, why am I doing? If you don't go into the mind, you just allow it, it will take an average of 90 seconds to be completely released and free, and you're free from it.
Oh, wow.
And this is science, okay? This is not, holistic. This is completely proven scientifically. So that means that also helps with the fear of going into stuff. So it's like, okay, because usually the fear is, I can go in, but maybe I'll get stuck there, and I don't know how to come back, because I'll be stuck in the grief, I'll be stuck in the pain, I'll be stuck in the sorrow, whatever it is that you're afraid, and it's kind of bottled inside. So knowing that if you fully allow it, it will be completely released. And I love that phrase that is, if you feel to heal. So if you allow it to be felt fully, it will be released, it will be healed, and it will leave your body, and you're free from it. So it's actually simple, but it's so hard to, yes. Okay, what do you mean allow it fully? I think I am allowing it fully. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're not allowing it to go where it wants to go. Maybe you want to control it or manage it in some way. So it's a beautiful study. I think it's in my last blog post or in the previous one.
Yes, I read it in your last blog.
It's the last one.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's really cool, and I have addressed that importance of that's the embracing discomfort, right?
Yes.
So it's about embracing discomfort. It's not always bad for you. So yeah, it's a beautiful way to kind of, okay, I can feel, if I really feel all of this, I'll get rid of it. So let me feel it. Yeah.
Vanda, I'm really grateful that you joined to this podcast. To finalize, what you would say, like your 3 main favorite? I know it's kind of difficult to choose the favorite, but favorite maybe practices that everyone can do to experience this release and flow with life.
First, well, I'll do 3 plus 1.
Okay.
The first is come to a sommaa group session. So I do sessions in Portugal, in the Algarve, Lisbon, and Porto area, and also online, either group or one-on-one therapy. So if you want to know more, reach out. I'll be very happy to work with you. Getting into the more specifics, what you can do. Again, the breath. Very easy from the most basic person when it comes to experience with it to the more, like student that's been doing it for years. So connecting with the breath and trying to sense the breath, breathing into your deep belly without bringing it to the chest. So we usually breathe here. You already did it. We bring our shoulders up. Yeah. We breathe. I'm exaggerating, but we breathe to the chest. So trying to, like the babies breathe, it's our natural breath. So we breathe in just into the belly. So we have a big belly. And you let it go. And trying to breathe slowly. You can put your hands on your belly and feel it coming up as you breathe in, and feel it going down as you breathe out. And try to exhale a little bit slower than you breathe in. So that's the biggest one. Put a song that you really like to dance to. Get up and dance to it. Do one song a day. That will change your life. If you do one song, the full song, dancing, get up and dance it. Something that really, if you're feeling sad, choose the saddest song of the world. Get up and dance a sad song. Cry the sad song. Feel that emotion. Give it the 90 seconds for it to go through your body, okay? So use music and dance to move that energy. So that's the second. And third one, which could be the first one as well, connecting with nature. So again, as much as possible, if possible daily, get your shoes off, go to, even if it's just a little plot of grass, get your feet on the floor, go and watch the sunset, sunrise a little bit. Take 5 minutes a day. You can do it, 5 minutes a day. That's like 1% of the time you spend on Instagram, guys. So 5 minutes a day, connect with nature. So do the 3 of that, plus the sommaa groove, to learn how to know how to do it even deeper. And that will literally change your life. If you do those 15 minutes a day, that will change your life. I'm completely sure.
See, this is what you need to do. Thank you so much, Vanda.
Obrigada.
Obrigada.
Thank you.